Hello, my name is Toyo Shimbi and welcome to Every Book on Business, where we help entrepreneurs, CEOs and business leaders take action on the books that they read. In this video, we're going to take some actions from the book The Entrepreneur Solution by Mel Abraham. So stay tuned. Hello again. The Entrepreneur Solution by Mel Abraham is a fantastic book for entrepreneurs at all levels, but especially if you've just started your entrepreneurial journey or you have some ideas that you want to take action on. This book will help you gain clarity, focus and direction on the steps that you need to take as you work on your venture. But I must say that even if you've been a serial entrepreneur, Mel has put together a message that all entrepreneurs should hear, which is about how entrepreneurs can make this world a better place. It's a well-structured book. Its main focus is on the entrepreneur's mindset. This is broken down into three categories: identity, what do you stand for? Influence, are you living your calling? Impact, how are you going to show up? These three categories lead into the 9 essentials. Under identity, we have clarity, courage, and character. The question to answer is, what do you stand for? Then the second area is influence, and the essentials are connect, collaborate, and capitalize. And the question you need to answer is, are you living your calling? And finally, the last one is impact. The 3 essentials are commit, create, and contribute. And the question to answer is, how are you going to show up? As I said earlier, Mel has done a fantastic job describing the entrepreneur's typical dilemma, and he uses what's called the entrepreneurial matrix, a quadrant model that describes the type of entrepreneur you might fall into. Using this enables you to identify what might be holding you back from being your best. The X and Y axis of the model create the 4 quadrants. The X axis represents your mindset and the Y axis represents your success sustainability. The quadrants are then labeled based on the characteristics that typically prevail at that level. So for instance, if you fall into the task mechanic quadrant, you're typically what you might call a worker bee, which means that you have a tendency to just follow routine and haven't really thought of your own fulfillment, your dreams, your ideas, or your desires. Now, if this is the area you think that you're in, then you need to work on the first section of the book, which covers identity. If you're in the lower right-hand corner, then you fall into the creative saboteur category, and this is typically someone who has regular ideas, lots of ideas, and as you know, many entrepreneurs are like this. They have so many ideas every day, but the problem is that you typically lack consistent and focused execution. Perhaps you don't stick to any idea long enough to bring it to fruition, and I can relate to that. If you find yourself in this quadrant, then you need to focus on part 3 in the book, developing more impact with your business ideas. The upper left quadrant is the status quo manager. This person is mainly focused on simply keeping things from falling apart. In many cases, you just want to keep things moving as you have done in the past. The mindset is sustainable, but not very expansive. And if you fall into this category, then you need to focus on the elements of influence from the part 2 of the book. And this will lead to you being able to better understand yourself, how to influence yourself internally as well as externally in your entrepreneurial world. So these quadrants are a way of describing how entrepreneurs are showing up. Now, the goal is to operate in the top right-hand quadrant, which he calls the entrepreneurial superstar. This is where your mindset is at its most. It's where you're most productive. It's where you have sustainable success. And it's where sustainable success is at its highest. So the question is, what action do you need to take? Have you identified what quadrant you typically fall into? I want you to go through this video with me And at some point, I'm going to be asking you some questions, and the whole idea is for you to take action on this book. And if you're a member of EveryBookOnBusiness.com, you can download the mind map for this book and also the execution guide on PDF that we have for our members. So simply, what do you need to do? Remember, taking action involves reflecting and actually capturing answers to your questions. And as we've said, this particular book is about changing your mindset, so a lot of reflection is needed. So let's go. Part 1 in the book introduces the entrepreneur to the idea that your identity is always reflected in your business, and so you would need to delve inward and discover how your thinking establishes a pattern of either success or failure. The question, what do you stand for, has to be answered by every successful entrepreneur. And this section guides you through techniques to help you take charge of your mental and emotional states. Having a well-defined identity is going to help you build your business, philosophy, your company culture, and ultimately your brand. And so Mel breaks identity down into 3 essentials, as I said earlier, namely clarity, courage, and character. Clarity is knowing exactly where you want to go and what you need to do to get there. Maintaining this level of clarity will remain your number 1 entrepreneurial skill. Now, focus plus vision equals clarity. Focus is your ability to direct your mind's attention, to have your mind in the game, to clear your headspace so you can make good decisions in every moment. While vision is your ability to create a bigger picture of what you want based on your deeper values, long-term goals, and a sense of great purpose. So, what action steps should you take? Well, focus on the right things is one of the things he mentions. Unfortunately, we tend to focus on the wrong things, which lead to more wrong things, such as fear, which leads to complacency, to blame, to indecision. So, you need to focus on 4 things to gain and maintain clarity. Focus on the present, which equals passion. Focus on engagement, which equals positive expectation. Focus on responsibility, which equals possibilities. And focus on action, which equals progress. The second area of clarity is vision. Now, 3 areas to define. Define your identity. 2 questions to answer are, who are you? And who do you want to be when you grow up? Then define your intentions. Questions to answer. What do you want? Define your ideas. Questions to ask, why do you want it? Now, the next essential category is courage. Courage equals confidence plus responsibility. And Mel gives 5 ways to find sources of confidence. Number 1, be willing to fail, which means failing is not the end of it all. 2, rise to the occasion. 3, inventory your strengths. 4, drop the need for perfection. And 5, tap into your inner validation. In the area of responsibility, he gives 4 ways to activate your ability to respond. Number 1, solve problems before they happen. 2, track and celebrate accomplishments. 3, have multiple options. And 4, don't go it alone. This takes us into the 3rd out of the 9 essentials, still under identity. And the 3rd is character. He defines character as conviction plus action, which equals character. To work on your convictions, you need to ask, how do I show up? A, practice your beliefs. B, live out your alignment. And C, practice intentional congruence. When it comes to action, Mel gives 7 tips on how to get unstuck. 1, get more information. 2, have a clear short-term goal. 3, imagine not taking action on your dreams. 4, get someone to hold you accountable. 5, commit and stay flexible. 6, create new pathways to completion. And 7, create emotionally compelling motivation. And to do this, you need, in this number 7, he suggests asking yourself a few questions, which are, why do I want to do this particular business? What benefits does it bring? And to whom? What is meaningful about me? And what would be the positive consequence? the best outcome if I did this and if I did it successfully? So a quick recap. If you can identify with the task mechanic, then this area under identity is your starting point. If you can identify more with the status quo manager, then part 2 of the book is your main area to take action on, as it focuses on influence. Now, influence is broken into 3 essentials, namely connect, collaborate, and capitalize. The key to influencing people is to understanding them, and this section helps you identify the skills needed to connect with clients, contractors, customers, family and friends, and anyone who perhaps can move your business forward internally in your business and externally in your marketplace. The first of these is connection, which is empathy plus communication. Empathy is about being able to make connection, which involves being present, keeping it real, connecting with loved ones, connecting with your team, and connecting with your market. And how do you do this? Well, you do this through communication, and you can practice the 5 rules of resolution. 1. Keep your ego and emotions in check. Shift your perception position to other person's point of view. Number 2, enter into the other person's world with empathy. 3, stay focused on your ultimate outcome. Stay open to various ways that you could get what you want. And 4, stay engaged and focused on reality. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. 5, shift your language and attention from problem to solution. Turn why can't we into how can we. The next out of the 3 in this area is collaborate. Mel focuses on the importance around the idea that everyone can be a potential person to collaborate with. Collaboration equals partners plus innovation. Under partners, he challenges you to see everyone as a potential partner. So an action to take is to see how you can collaborate with colleagues, customers, and other companies. He also recommends you put together a dream team by A, match skills with the job, and B, match the values to your company's core values. Under innovation, he highlights 5 domains of innovation. 1, how can you change the way you do business with your product or service? 2, how can you change the way you do business with your marketing? 3, how can you change the way you do business with your business model? And 4, how can you change the way you do business with your management and company culture? And then 5, how can you change the way you do business with your product delivery and process? These are 5 great questions you can ask to be a more innovative business. Innovation is really focused on doing things differently, and taking the time to answer these questions can provide insight into your own business and how you can be more innovative and how you can be more resourceful. Another point still in this category is to adjust through implementation and feedback. Questions you might want to ask are, what's good about this? What works here? What doesn't work here? What can we improve? What can we give them as a bonus to exceed the expectation? Finally, in this category, we look at capitalize. In order to capitalize on your business idea, areas that you need to focus are A, what you have accomplished already, and B, how will it make your customers' lives much better. This is sometimes called the value proposition. And so capitalizing equals perception plus monetizing. Under perception, you need to do 2 main things. Number 1, get your market's attention. 3 questions to ask and to answer would be, who do your prospective buyers think they are? What's important to them? What do they want out of life? And second, make a good impression by providing what Mel calls your L-U-R-E, meaning it's an acronym for be long-lasting, be unique, be relatable, and be enticing. Also ensure that you provide value exchange. What do your customers get in exchange for what they give? On the monetizing side, you need to take into account that the value of your business lies in the people's value. And so it's essential that you position your company in the market in the right way. 4 things to focus on. 1, frame your value. 2, be on a campaign. 3, deliver your product or service. 4, serve your customers. And if you are constantly doing this, you should be in a good position to monetize your business. Now, the third and final stage that covers the last 3 out of the 9 essentials is impact. And if you could identify with the creative saboteur in the bottom right-hand corner, then this would be the area to focus on. It covers 3 categories: commit, create, and contribute. Consistency plus mastery equals commitment. Consistency involves your commitment to the process. Now, 2 questions you can ask yourself. Number 1, how do you define success? And 2, how do you show up when challenged? Now, to get to mastery, Mel introduces 6 stages of sustainable success, which are: stage 1, being clueless, which means that you don't know what you don't know. Then stage 2, awakened. You become more aware that you don't know. Stage 3 is to be deliberate, be intentional, and then just do it. Now, a key point at this stage is that you have to believe in yourself before others. Stage 4, flowing, consistent practice that leads to habits. And then stage 5, mastery, become the best at what you do. And this also involves A, rise to your own standard of excellence, and B, decide, be all in, and C, teach what you know. Now, stage 6 takes you to artistry, and where you take your mastery into the global realm. Following this guide will help you to be committed to your vision. Now, the next essential is create. Flexibility plus versatility equals creativity. Here, he addresses how to prevent or handle disaster and learn how to be flexible during such times. He offers 6 steps. Number 1, which is generate options, ask what if. Number 2, approach outside changes with humility and eager anticipation. 3, navigate and adopt to inner changes. 4, seek out change and growth. 5, learn from your mistakes. And 6, value yourself. Find balance in the process. On the other side, creativity involves being versatile or versatility. First, decide to be a game changer, and second, expand exponentially. Now, how to do this involves: number 1, establishing collaborative business ventures. 2, build scalability into your plan. 3, solicit ideas from others and listen as well. And then number 4, value right brain thinkers. And 5, use your target to serve a higher purpose. The final category, where Mel takes the role of the entrepreneur into the next level, as he places emphasis on the entrepreneur becoming a contributor to society, where he says impact plus change plus purpose plus growth equals contribution. Let me take you through each one with some questions that you can take action on and answer. Impact. Small acts can create big change. Questions you can ask are: what do you want to contribute to the world? How do your everyday actions affect others? What small or big mark would you like to make on the future? And what would you enjoy leaving behind for future generations? Under change, Mel sees profit and philanthropy as a marriage made in heaven. You can change the world one business at a time, he says. So, where do you want to start? Now, 5 suggestions. Number 1, have a small impact every day. 2, lose yourself in something that warms your heart. 3, use capitalism for a cause. 4, set higher standards for yourself. And 5, have a vision and get on a mission. When it comes to purpose and growth, Challenge yourself to fulfill your promise and potential. 5 things to do. 1, stay true to what matters to you. 2, use your gifts and follow your own mandate. 3, stay aligned with your core values. 4, be willing to play a greater role. 5, challenge yourself. As you can see, the Entrepreneur's Solution is packed with tips, ideas, and action steps that you can use to take your entrepreneurship to the next level. If you are a member of EveryBookOnBusiness.com, then download the mind map document that's accompanied with this video, and which has all the points that I've mentioned, and also the execution guide that we've created specifically designed to help you take action. And we want to encourage you to start taking action now. If you're not a member, then go to our website EveryBookOnBusiness.com and sign up for these free videos. And if you become a member, then we will also give you access to the mind maps and the execution guide as well. Finally, why not share this video with a business customer, colleague, or friend? This is Toyo Shimbi from EveryBookOnBusiness.com, helping entrepreneurs, CEOs, and business leaders put books into action. And I want to thank you for watching.